You are watching Eternal Warrior on MTGO Academy featuring RexDart.
Hey everybody, it's Chris, MTGO's RexDart. We are experimenting with the Blue-Black Fairies deck here. And we're up against a player here in the two-mans. He's playing a 61 card deck. Must have had one card he really wanted to keep. We're not going to mull. Cutting that last card could be tough. He's going to lead on a forest. And we're going to lead on, I think, the Tar Pit, since it's the only one that I can't sequence to come into play untapped. Alright, Living End. So this will be an interesting test here. Now one of the things with them is sort of like when they choose to go off. It's kind of an interesting decision for them. Like, he might have a hand where he wants to just go ahead and go off, but I don't think he's going to go off this early, so I'm going to go ahead and play the Bitter Blossom. Like, if he has Street Wraith and another couple guys, he could try to go off for a little one. But I'm hoping I can get away with it. He doesn't have a creature in play right now, so if he's wanting to use Demonic Dread, he won't be able to use that one. Okay, he's going to cycle. Yeah, there's no way he's going off yet. So I think that was successful. Now I'll have, I should be able to hold up Mana Leak and then have Snapcaster for Mana Leak the following turn if it comes down to that. Alright. Yeah, Living End, a lot of people have been talking about that as being in a better position now, thanks to the banning of Deathrite Shaman. But I don't know to what extent. Like, if I'd had a Deathrite Shaman, if I was playing a Deathrite Shaman deck, yeah, I could have eaten. Let's see, I was on the draw, so like one of those guys. I guess two of those guys by now. Yeah. So it's not a matchup I ever had any experience with. So I don't know how oppressive Deathrite Shaman was to these guys or not. Okay, Igneous Pouncer is being cycled for a mountain. Alright, so you can't cascade off of that, so I'm just going to go ahead and cast one of these Snapcasters. Just have a little extra pressure there. And the nice thing about Bitter Blossom is that once you have it out, you really don't have to do too much else. It kind of takes care of the game for you. And of course, leaving open mana here, so obviously not going to attack with the Tar Pit. Alright, so he land cycles there again. Now, unfortunately, next turn he's going to be able to play around Mana Leak, and I won't be able to Snapcaster the Mana Leak at the same time. Normally these land cycling guys aren't as good, but when you're trying to outrace that. They can be. Let's see. Just go ahead and play another Snapcaster now. So I'm not going to be able to manually Snapcaster, manually double. Let's go, maybe that'll bait him into, it probably won't. Okay, yeah. V-click, huh? Okay. Alright, well, let's see here. I could always try to click him at the end of his draw step. I could try to click him now and see if he only has the one, that might bait him into casting it. If I wait until his draw step, well, if I wait until his draw step, he'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. So it's going to take 3 to cast it, and I could still, yeah, so I can still safely do it during his draw step if that's what I'm going to do. The alternative is, let's see, if I did wait until he actually did it, I'd have 3, 4, 5, 6 damage coming through, but he's got more than enough there to finish me off. So yeah, I think I'm going to try to V-click him during his draw step. Okay. Oh no, is he going for it here? Oh no, okay, he's going to force cycle. Okay, so he is going to go for it. Alright, we'll let that go until he hits the living end. And we'll mana leak the living end. Alright. And then my click resolves. And let's see what he's got. Okay, he's going to scoop there instead of show it to me. Alright, well, post board. Those if I want them. Those pretty obvious. Surprisingly, that might be okay, but really only if we end up in the weird match where he has to hardcast everything. Surgical probably doesn't do enough. Spell starters are awesome against him, obviously. So I need to take out a lot of cards here. Misspine Click is not that good against him because he can do that stuff at instant speed anyways. So maybe take that out. Actually, I don't really want the Smothers because I just need to keep him from actually resolving that. So, you know, let's bring back in one of them. Actually, I want to make sure I can put enough pressure on him because at some point he can just kind of do what he can just kind of get over me, assuming he can fight through these chalices. So maybe I just want one less Thoughtseize. No, probably want the Thoughtseize, take whatever his hate card is. Then get rid of... No, I think I'll go back to... I'll go back to 1 click there. Okay. Alright, let's see, I'm on the draw with this hand. Normally, normally I would say, hey, it's got a Bitter Blossom, a Scion of Una. Doesn't have anything to slow him down, doesn't have any counter magic. I'd have about 3 turns to draw into something, or else I would be in trouble, so I'm going to mulligan that. And that one is bad. And that one is also really bad. I don't think my 4 is going to be any better. He mulled to 6. That's unfortunate. I didn't see any of my sideboard cards. Okay, well there's a Spell Stutter Sprite. Good thing about that is that it's going to counter Living End, even if because converted mana cost of that is 0. So even if he does something to kill the Spell Stutter Sprite in response, I don't know if he'd have bolts or anything like that, but Spell Stutter Sprite basically a hard counter on Living End. And there's a Mana Leak. Alright, fair enough. So he's got a Minotaur and a Jungle Weaver in there. Thoughtseize him here. He certainly doesn't want to cycle in response. So it's just gonna... Okay, he does want to cycle in response to that? Really? Okay. Ooh, Avalanche Riders. 2 Violent Outbursts. Well, let's see. I think I get rid of one of the Violent Outbursts. I know that opens me up to... I guess I can always Mana Leak the Avalanche Riders if that's what he goes for. So get rid of one of the Violent Outbursts. Okay, he's going to go for the Avalanche Riders. We'll Mana Leak that. Alright, so now he has a Violent Outburst in hand and a Living End and 1 unknown card. So he played out that Forest. He's going to get to where he can just start casting these stupid things and beating on me with them. Snapcaster. Another Dark Slick Shores. Next turn I can start attacking with the Tar Pit. Yeah, my initial impression here is that this match actually feels like this is a lot better. I guess maybe I wonder if Bitter Blossom is one of the key cards here, because if I had been able to play that and then just sit on my haunches for a while, developing a board presence, because I feel like I'm really constrained here in what I can actually throw out since I have to keep all this counter magic up. Hey, well now I don't. so that happened. So I don't know if he boarded in answers for this or not. Normally they would bring in ingot chewers for this. I assume, I don't know what they would bring in, Beast Within or something. Maybe they have, yeah, I knew they played Beast Within for a while. Let's see, so right now I can Spell Stutter and I can also snap Mana Leak. Am I going to need to do that? No, right now it would work, so okay. I think I'm going to hold that up, and okay. So I think I might just try to hard cast some Fatty next turn. Okay, there we go. So I want to Snapcaster and Mana Leak. Alright, yeah. So the I don't know how many of those he's playing, but I would guess he's probably playing a few. Probably just has that as sort of a catch-all answer for permanent-based hate, which is the best kind. Chalice of the Void and Rest in Peace is particularly good because it nukes it on the way down. Now, obviously, it also, he can always just even if you hate their graveyard, they can always just use it as a board stripe. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that'll do it. I can't Spell Stutter it if you had a second one. Fair enough, dude. Still have the Spell Stutter to stop Living End, though. And now I have a little extra pressure here. So 1, 2, 3, and attack. Or do I Thought Season? I think 1, 2, 3, and attack. Black, blue, Tar Pit. So I'd be swinging for 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. he going to cycle something? Yes, he is. Okay. Alright, well, if he has 2 of the Cascade spells, he does have 6 mana. Okay, yeah, that's... He may very well have 2. If he does, the way he kept that untapped, then he will get it off, and... so... Cast the Living End there. And I will Spell Stutter Sprite. Cute. GG. Yeah, okay, so he didn't have a second one. But yeah, Spell Stutter Sprite is pretty nice against Living End. Won't lie. Alright, so there's one in the books, the Living End matchup. Judging from his mana base, he might have had some budget restrictions there, but he was basically playing everything that they normally play, with the possible exception of Fulminator Mages. I mean, I think that at least gives you an idea of how that match might play out. So join me for some more matches here shortly.